This is Renee Collins, and welcome to Overtones. Welcome, everyone. You are listening to the 20th broadcast of Overtones on WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio. We are coming to you from the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. I am Renee Collins, your host, and I'm joined as I am each and every week by Lexington musician and songwriting extraordinaire Whitney Acke. Let's all welcome Whitney to the show, everyone.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We have just listened to the sounds of Lexington's pop band of the year and local music scene sensation, Brother Smith, who open our show each and every week with their hit song Happy Tune. And Whitney, the theme today is Singing Between the Lines, and Brother Smith is just an example of some of those magnificent songwriters who are producing hits that all generations can enjoy and love, giving us even more opportunities to listen locally than ever before. There is an explosion of singer and songwriters occurring in the state. It is so many opportunities to listen locally, and there have also been so many of those opportunities this past week as well. Whitney, let's recap. We held our Room 17 Productions benefit concert at the Twisted Cork recently, and thanks to Whitney, Ray, Mama Sue, and Prentice for making that happen, featuring an all-star cast of both UK School of Music alumni and professors. We had Dr. Kevin Holm Hudson, harp guitarist Daniel Phelps, and band director at Bath County, Rob Rawlings. They took the stage in one set. And what did you think about that set, Whitney?
That was amazing. It was so great. The diversity of music was just a treat.
Yes, and Eliza Binford bought us harmoniccord and a rendition of Amazing Grace and Whitney and Mama Sue favorite, Orphan Girl. What did you think about that?
It's incredible. When Liza sings Orphan Girl, I cry every time. And it has been done. It was written by Jillian Welch, who is amazing, and I know Emmy Lou also covered it, but when Liza Binford sings it, it moves me.
Yes, and she was in a circle with the amazing Marcus Wilkerson, and how about the performance of Trip Bratton with the vibraphone?
It was incredible to bring Tripp's. He brought a lot of African influence in his performance, and we actually had a customer from Ghana walk in, and I asked the customer if it felt authentic to him, and he said it feels just like home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that story, so thanks for sharing that. John Hedger, who was Whitney's guitar teacher when she was growing up, what did you think about his work?
John is amazing, and I have seen him perform many times. Guitar lessons with him were tough. I didn't want to cut my nails. It was a big deal. It was.
That's a common argument between teachers and students.
Yeah, he was frustrated with me all the time.
And then we had Gary Bertram, Dean Phelps, Brent Larimore, and Warren Cobb all leading our audience in some communal singing, which was just a beautiful way to end the evening. What were your feelings about that, Whitney?
I love those three, and together you can tell there's a real friendship there that comes across in performance. They're extremely talented.
Yeah, I agree. So our regular guest also, Chris Bentley, took the Red Barn stage this past week with Brandon Campbell and his brother Brett. And another Brett got up on the stage, Prototype's Brett Higgins, and that was all kinds of fun. And they were joined by Cousin Kyle, who grabbed a tambourine, and it was just a free-for-all at the end. Just absolutely wonderful performance, electrifying, compelling, and all of that and more. Kevin Dalton was also in town last week, and always a great time at open mic once again. And these are experiences that just all blew us away this past week. And while we're on the topic of being blown away, how about this week's exciting lineup, Whitney? Whitney and I are welcoming singer-songwriters today who have a broad range of musical artistry and significant contribution to the local music scene here in Lexington and also in the state. And we are going to be hearing some of them sing their songs they are sharing with this community, and we are also going to talk with them today about how they listen locally and who they enjoy listening locally to. So without further ado, here is your Kentucky Overtones starting lineup. They are an Appalachian rock band from eastern Kentucky. The core of the group is the husband and wife team of Teresa on guitar and vocals and Dave Prince on guitar, mandolin, and vocals. As a duo, they draw material from their 3 CDs of original songs, which ranges from electric folk to Americana twang rock. They also add drums for some performances, as well as offering a full 4-piece band on occasion. They are at home at a house concert, intimate coffee house, or opening for national touring acts like the Kentucky Headhunters, Larry Cordell, and Tyler Childers. Having toured England and across the U.S., Luna and the Mountain Jets love to perform and meet new people. They never failed to win new fans and make friends wherever they go. Today, they are winning new fans and making new friends on Overtones. So let's welcome Luna and the Mountain Jets to Overtones. This five-piece band is a group from Louisville, Kentucky. Their combined musical backgrounds, spanning multiple cultures, styles, and genres, have a strong focus on vocal harmony and innovative instrumentation that creates a unique aural medley. Their musical influences are from bluegrass, folk, Americana, gospel, and R&B. In 2017, they performed at various notable festivals and events, including Floyd Fest and Bristol Rhythm and Roots. They were also nominated in 2017 as finalists in the category of Bluegrass Artist of the Year for the Louisville Music Awards. Their series, The Bathroom Sessions, has gained in popularity since the band formed in January of 2017, and they released their debut album in February this year, and reviewers have boldly praised the up-and-coming five-piece band. Today, they are fiddling with us on Overtones, so please welcome Mama Said String Band to the Overtones studio. Our next artist is country singer with no time for commercial success. It's about the song, not the audience. Born into a bluegrass and country-loving family, only Stanley Brothers and Flatt and Scruggs were played in this house, unless it was Johnny Cash or Gene Tracy. He is one of those artists you hear about through the grapevine. Either you see his videos on YouTube or you see someone wearing his shirt and you see a friend post about his album online. There is an infectious quality about the single he released titled McGoffin County Cadillac. The entire self-titled debut album has that same quality that draws you in and it doesn't let you go. GaryHayesCountry.com proclaimed McGoffin County Cadillac as the best track of the album, saying it's a great song about buying quality, cheap former police cars at police auctions. It's actually refreshing because it's not something you hear about 1,000 times in other country songs. Today, we will hear him perform that best favorite and beloved by many track on Overtones. Let's welcome laid-back country picker to Overtones. And we are going to start this all off today with Luna and the Mountain Jets. Hi, guys.
Hello.
What you got for our listening audience today for our opening ceremony of Overtones episode number 20, Singing Between the Lines?
We're going to do a song I wrote called Montana, and it's from our first record.
Wonderful. Here is Luna and the Mountain Jets, everyone.
Me and Odell figured, what the hell, leaving for Montana in the morning, going real far for a brand new used car, leaving for Montana in the morning. Going real slow and old country road, leaving for Montana in the morning. Now they're traveling fast and one half tank of gas, leaving for Montana in the morning. No traveling at night with other headlights, leaving for Montana in the morning. I want to see what's been ailing me, leaving for Montana in the morning. Montana
Thank you so much. We are going to hear more from Luna later in the show, but for now, stick around as we will be back with the Mama Said String Band after this break.
When the drinks are bad and everything is sad, and those long, long nights are all you have, and those memories never seem to fade, and the cold, cold ground is where you lay. Cause time is slipping away, and I need you, but you didn't wanna stay. Like water from afar, we lost it all. I didn't hear a word, I didn't get one call. Like water from afar, we lost it all. I didn't hear a word, I didn't get one call.
We are back, and you are listening to Overtones, hosted by Renee Collins and Whitney Acke on WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio. And you've just listened to the wonderful and beautiful sounds of Mama Said String Band. Let's welcome Mama Said String Band to the show, everyone. Oh, you know, Whitney, I fell in love with the music of Mama Said String Band a few weeks ago on the Red Barn live stage. And we really enjoy seeing young people, and it warms my heart to see them singing and having so much fun. I would like for one of you all to step up to the mic. And first of all, could you introduce each other to our audience?
On the mandolin, we have Stephanie Kidd. On the fiddle or violin, whatever you want to call it, we got David O'Neill. On the stand-up bass, we have Miss Katie Did It.
And on the banjo, we have Adlai Filiatro, and then I am Caitlin Farmer on the guitar.
Well, we are so glad to have all of you all. Tell us a little bit more about how the band formed, how you all started. We'll talk about those bathroom sessions in just a little while. But how did you all get organized?
We've all kind of been playing music. Well, a few of us have been playing music together for a long time. And we all kind of met at a place, I guess you could say, called Terrapin Hill Farm. And we'll play a song about that place in a little while here. But I'd say that that's how we all got together around the campfire and just kind of started playing music. And it evolved slowly from, we had another band called Kentucky Tuxedo back in the day. That was me, Caitlin, Steph, and David, and then we found Katie to complete us probably about a year later, so the rest is history.
The rest is history. I like it. Now, you mentioned Terrapin Hill, and you said you're going to sing a song about that experience.
Yes.
May I assume that that's probably one of your favorite places to play?
Oh,
It
yes.
is, I love it.
It's home to us.
So we have talked to a lot of our artists about some very favorite places to play. Maybe someone, if you could tell us what you feel so special about that place, and then also give us some perspective about some other places you really enjoy. You all are from Louisville, Kentucky,
yes.
so maybe share some of the places in Louisville that are really new and exciting for people to listen locally to.
Well, there's always Headliners, which has amazing sound. A sound guy named Dave works all of that, and it's one of the best venues in Louisville. And then there's also Time and Space, which always has local music going on, kind of like the same genre we are. And those are probably the top two, in my opinion, the best places to go listen to music. Oh, and the Mercury Ballroom. They have great musicians there. Okra Mezzin Show is actually going to play there. I think in September. They have amazing music there. So.
Well, we're hearing some very common themes about sound people and how important they are
Yes.
to the bands. We had Jocelyn and Marty in here earlier talking about how significant it is to have a really good sound person, and
Yes.
you form relationships with these
Oh, you
people.
do, definitely.
Yeah.
They can either make you sound really good or really bad.
So what are you going to sing for us next?
Steph Kid's gonna sing a song actually about Terrapin.
about to eat and take a drink, 'cause now it's too hot to sleep. But you know that on Sundays are coming a little sooner than we think. So we give our hugs, say our goodbyes, think about calling into work, just stay another night. But you know you gotta answer the call of the old 9 to 5. So on the wings of the song,
On the wings of the song,
we'll be carrying on.
we'll be carrying on.
On the wings of the song,
On the wings of the song,
we'll be singing along. On the wings of the song,
on the wings of the song.
we'll be singing along. Gotta go home and try to pay our rent. Don't give a damn that all of our money is spent. Keep a whistling, humming, and singing that old Terrapin song.
What a great job. Thank you so much. Tell us about these bathroom sessions we've seen and read so much about. You all had some good practice in the dressing room over there, right?
Yeah, we
Before
liked the shower. We wanted to make
Great acoustics.
felt right at home. So when we first got together, we wanted to make a video to put online to share with everyone, and we were having some issues. Really, what it was hearing the bass coming through, because we're like making these videos on our cell phones, not in a professional way. So we realized that the best place to hear the bass was in the bathroom, and so we all kind of hunched in there, and then we'd go different places with cool bathrooms, and we're like, we should make a bathroom video in here. So then it kind of just became a thing, first for sound, but then now it's just kind of our signature. So
I love it. So, who do you enjoy listening to in the state of Kentucky?
Ooh, a lot of the bands we named that are going to be playing at Terrapin, a lot of those are our good friends, and they play around Louisville a lot. In Lexington and places like that.
I'm actually the drummer from Driftwood Gypsy, which is another local Lexington band, recorded our very first debut album back in February. We recorded it in the fall of 2017. We released it this year in February. So they're always one of our favorites.
Yes. Another good one that's up and coming that everybody should check out is Dark Moon Hollow. They're pretty new, and they're coming in hot. They're really good, so make sure to catch them if they're around.
Well, I just enjoy hearing how our artists here on Overtones are enjoying their summers and who they're choosing to listen to. So it's really great to have your recommendations. We'll add a few to the list. So what do you think people can expect to hear whenever you all perform for an audience? What do you try to accomplish?
I feel like a lot of what we do is the songs. We have a wide variety of styles of songs. I think that if we get too stuck into like a single style, then it becomes cookie cutter, and we don't want that. So I think what people can expect when they hear our shows is they can hear harmonies, they can hear solos, and then they can hear kind of how everything's just put together, because everything we do, it's not like we're just throwing some chords down and throwing some lyrics and some solos over the top. Like, we go through each of our songs and we find those parts that really need to pop, and we make those work. And I think that one of the things that really you can expect from our shows is just like put together sound. Like,
I agree. It's
construct-
very cohesive and very unified.
That's a good word.
Yes, take that one on the road with you. Cohesive. But it does. It sounds very, very put together, like you said, and it just it has a professionalism that's just to be admired.
Thank you.
So, am I picking up on? First of all, I just love all the changing of the rhythms that you all do. It just kind of like surprises us and delights us at certain points, during your performance. But do I pick up on some classical influence in the group? Oh, they're all pointing.
Yes. I did study classical music, and yes, I love classical music. One of my favorite artists, Chris Thiele from Punch Brothers, he does a bunch of work where in between the bluegrass world and the classic world, and I think that not necessarily in the same way. I found that developing a study in classical music for myself personally has improved my ability to play with this band for sure.
And we love how his classically trained style translate to our.
We
what
do
got
too.
going on. Yeah,
We do too. Do you have one more for us today?
I think we do.
And what is the name of this song?
This one is called Nameless Song. Actually.
Nameless Song. So do we need some background here? I don't know how much you can do with the title Nameless Song.
Well, Steph Kidd and I put this song together, and it's kind of about. It's a little abstract, I would say, but it's in a way about anxieties. That's what we had in our minds. So take it how you will, but Yeah.
Here it is.
Well, here it is, the Nameless Song on Overtones.
I'm sorry, I have an anxiety now. I'm sorry.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
last time.
switch this. I think
I forgot the words. My bad. What is it?
Down through the hole.
Yep. Okay.
my headphones aren't working very well today.
Volume turned up?
Yep, I got
Am
it.
I still
had
too
them switched.
quiet?
I got that thing.
Is my voice still too quiet?
No, it sounds great.
A little bit closer to your mouth.
This one?
Yeah.
Like
The
up?
whole
up.
thing.
Yeah, there you go.
go.
There you go.
Fine.
Cool.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Banjo's gonna come through anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice and loud. Okay.
Yeah, we got this.
All right. Ready? Staring through the hole carved into the wall, I can see the smoke rising up. There's a war coming to ya. I can feel your pulse, I can feel your pulse. It's happening again, happening again. Don't say I didn't warn ya.
Thank you all so much for being with us here today.
Thanks for having us.
We will be back after these messages with some laid-back country picker.
Leaving from Montana in the morning.
Going real far, gold branded
Leaving from Montana in the morning. My daddy sold cheap whiskey in a county that was dry. Heard my mama cry. He put food on the table with help from LBJ. I've seen better days. How can this be true? I feel for you. We probably had it better than you think. My daddy played the banjo, fiddle never beat. Bona parts a tree. He put a truck transmission in a Cadillac. We never looked back. How can this be true? I feel for you. We probably had it better than you think. They run me off the home place when they built the dam. Flooded all the land. I remember Spirit Holler, Kentucky Hills Retreat, underwater deep. How can this be true? I feel for you. We probably had it better than you think. I know we had it better than you think.
We are back, and you are listening to WLXU 93.9 Overtones, hosted by Renee Collins and Whitney Acke. And you have just heard from the incredibly talented Louisa, Kentucky's laid-back country picker. Let's welcome him to the show, everyone.
Layback, you are a first-time guest on Overtones, but you are no stranger to the stages around here. We saw just a few weeks ago you got to take a very special stage with a very special friend of yours. Can you tell us a little bit about your rhyming experience?
Well, I'll tell you, I was in the bed asleep. It was probably about 2 a.m. here a couple of months ago, and the phone rings, and it's Tyler Childers, and he said, "Hey man, I got this plan. I'm playing the rhyming in a couple of months, and I want you to come down and open the show." I just thought, I'll wake up here in a second because you don't normally get that call, and it turned out it was a real deal. And Tyler, who's just a friend of mine, he was a student of mine, he's just unbelievable. His career is just skyrocketing, and he invited me to come down and play the rhyming, and I did come out and did the opening song, and it was just unbelievable.
Was it the most exciting stage you've played so far?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was just amazing. And I got to tell you, sound check was the hardest part because you're doing sound check in the afternoon and there's no one in the auditorium and you see the stained glass and you go, "Oh my God, I'm at the rhyming." And it was real. And Sturgill Simpson was standing right behind me when I did. I played through his amp and it was just a mind blower.
How incredible. How incredible. So you are a teacher, is that correct?
That's correct.
And so, and you mentioned that Tyler was one of your students. Do you have other students that we might know that are playing locally?
Maybe not locally, but a boy named Adam Chaffins, who's now based out in Nashville. And I think he just played here in town a couple of nights ago. He's doing some incredible stuff too. And I think he's getting ready to turn an album loose that's just going to blow up too.
That's amazing. I'm sure it is very surreal to share a stage with someone like Tyler, who you've known for so long. But it also, I think, is a great testament to Tyler's character to want to show you respect and say, hey, I respect you. Please come on this journey with me.
Well, I've told anyone that would listen, my appearance on the Ryman says more about Tyler Childers than it does about me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He didn't have to do that.
No, but you did a great job. And I watched the video, and the crowd loved you. It was phenomenal.
It was such a good time.
It was.
So, Laid Back, what are you going to sing for us next?
Well, I've got a song here that I've written. My great uncle was a big influence on me. He's passed away now. He served in World War II. Didn't have a whole lot of education, but just a whole lot of character. And he just taught me a whole lot about things. And I kind of wish things were that way again. It's kind of a throwback song. It's called Put Me Away.
Laid Back Country Picker on Overtones.
Uncle lived through the Depression. He said that they never knew. He carried all of his money in his pocket, 'cause banks say you can lose it all too. They say that you can't take it with you and laugh like it's some kind of joke. Don't let me die broke. Don't let me die broke. I never was one to chase money. Never drove a new shiny car. The bills and the rent, the money I've spent, take a young family too far. And say that your love is a diamond, more than the riches or gold. Don't let me die broke. Don't let me die broke. Doctor, it's on WebMD. I'm paid with a check I never will see. Don't want direct deposit or 401k. I just need enough to put me away. Put me away. Put me away. Put me away. Well, my uncle lived through the Depression. He said that they never knew.
That's some excellent songwriting. Yeah, my uncle lived through the Depression. He said that they never knew.
They didn't. I mean, where we lived, everyone was pretty much in the same boat. Everyone was poor.
Isn't that powerful? That's powerful. I love that line. That's amazing. Okay, so you've written some awesome songs, but the one that I think maybe gets the most attention is McGoffin County Cadillac.
That's really true. It's it's a song. I'm a Ford guy at heart. I love Ford cars, and I love cheap cars. So I found out you can buy these surplus auction police vehicles, and they got 100,000 miles on them. You buy them cheap. They run another 200,000, so I started driving them, and people call them McGoffin County Cadillacs, where I come from, because the good boys from McGoffin County drive them back and forth to work, because they work at Georgetown, at Toyota, and lots of other places. So they'll load a bunch of workers in it, the pipe fitters and millwrights, and haul their friends to work. So that's what McGoffin County Cadillacs are, and we wrote a song about it. We made a little goofy video about it, and we just had a ton of notoriety from.
The video is fantastic. So we were blessed to have you and Luna at the Twisted Cork Songwriter in the Round a few weeks ago. And at the end, you all blessed us with a jam of that song. And it was so exciting. How fun is it to get on a stage with most of the people I think you knew, but some you didn't, and they still know your song?
It's just ridiculous. And I try to put everything in perspective. And as for a regional song, there's a few people have taken notice to it. And to find people out in the audience who know it or other musicians. And it's really a simple little song. But I got to tell you, it's a big thrill for people to know your song.
It's a great one. It is. So, one more question for you.
All right.
Who do you enjoy listening locally to?
Well, that's hard because when you start naming people, you leave people out.
Well, that's true. Okay, let's just say not your top 4, but let's just say first 4 that come to your mind.
Okay, I'll name some. I absolutely love Darren Hackard. He's just such a character and such a songwriter. And anytime I see Darren around, I want to go watch him. Wayne Graham. I love Wayne Graham. The boys from Whitesburg. They're always amazing. The Nolans, Josh and Chelsea, are just off the hook. And let's see. There's a band in Huntington that's right on the border.
Yeah.
I just got to name them. Called the MFB, and they're just a funk band, and I just can't get enough of them. I'd walk barefoot to go watch those guys play.
Oh, I love it. I
love
love it. That's awesome.
So, are you going to sing McGoffin County Cadillac for us next?
You know I am, and I'm going to have to bring Honey up here to the microphone so she can get in on this with me. And here we go.
Okay.
Here's the feel-good hit of the summer. Foreign cars about to blow. There's a place that you can go. Police auction Friday night. Listen, boys, I'll steer you right. Crown, big fleet, maintain. Your life will never be the same. Put the family in the back. McGoffin County Cadillac.
Back, haven't seen you around for a while.
That's right, honey. I've been running up and down the road. You don't have to wear a shirt to haul a bunch of boys to work. Flash the chrome of the spotlights. The doing wrong start doing right. On this road you are the king. The 55 don't mean a thing. Once you're in, you can't go back. McGoffin County Cadillac. Yep. Riding like a Coupe de Ville. Prestonsburg to Elkhorn City. Beauty's looking awfully pretty. Flat Gap, Plaintown, Sandy Hook. West Liberty was all it took. Jackson, Stanton, Rabbit Town. Boonville tried to shut me down. Ain't no need to try to ground me. Meet the king of Estill County. McGoffin County Cadillac. McGoffin County Cadillac.
Okay, I'm totally starstruck now. Are you all?
Oh, guys, it's just me.
It's just you. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Laid Back Country Picker and Honey. And we will be back with more from Luna and the Mountain Jets after these messages. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, awesome. Welcome back to Overtones on Lexington Community Radio. And how awesome has it been to listen locally so far, Whitney?
It's been incredible.
You've just enjoyed the music of Luna and the Mountain Jets. Let's welcome Teresa and Dave back to the show, everyone.
Woo! Yeah. This is such an amazing day. I am just mind blown by this. Teresa, tell us, what was the name of that song?
That was This Way Now.
Okay, and what's the background of it?
Well, I had that music for a while, and then this is crazy. Like on the way to a show at the Paramount in Ashland, I was just singing along, going around this curve, and all at once this dog is crossing the road, and it's with people too. And I'm like, okay, well, they stop. The dog is coming. I mean, I know some things later on, but anyway, I'm swerving this way to get away from him, and he keeps following me, and I can't slow down, so I run over him on the way to a show. So of course I pull over, and I go, and what do you do?
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
But he was alive when I left, but I called the next day and he didn't make it. So.
Oh gosh, that is heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it was, and if you know anything about my songwriting, there's a basis for it. There's either a haunting or there's something I got to get over, and that was something I had to get over because it was killing me.
Yeah, that is really
that was
hard.
tough, and it's so weird what your brain will do, because I had a show that evening, and I just had to not think about it there for a while, and that just really freaked me out.
Yeah, you just have to move.
That you can do that. I don't know, or that I could do that. But anyway, it was awful, and so in my head I was just like, well, what if I hadn't stopped? What if I just kept on going? I would never do that. But what if I kept on going? And what if I missed him altogether? And then it just kind of fell into place. I missed today. I ran away, but that's not two of the things that I did.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the start of that song, and the rest just kind of fell into place with just other things that kind of,
It's a
went with
beautiful
it.
song. It was so beautiful. Such a sad story, and that is heartbreaking, and it shows your professionalism that you were able to go and complete your show, even though I know you didn't want to. I'm sure it was the
awful.
last place
It
you
was
wanted to
awful.
be.
It was awful.
Oh,
But,
my
and that
goodness.
was early in my, in my career. I mean, it was before I made that album, because that's on the first album.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's-
telling you. So let's talk about you guys perform everywhere. Let's talk about some of your favorite places to perform, or places that feel like home.
Wow. I mean, we was talking about home earlier. We have like second homes, lots of
Yeah.
second homes. Places just that have the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
The Burl has the vibe. Paramount Arts Center has the vibe.
Kicking it on the creek.
Kicking It on the Creek has the best vibe on the earth. The vibe there is not only for the musician that is lucky enough to get to play there, but the vibe is just throughout the whole event. The vibe is there just thinking about the event, talking about it, reminiscing with your buddies about it, telling people who don't even know what you're talking about it. They're going, I want to get in on this, because your vibe that you're giving off is just so cool. I want to do that too.
That's incredible. I've not yet been. Renee, have you been?
I have not.
We should go, because I feel it when she's talking about it. I'm like, I gotta go.
It's the
It's
truth.
right outside of Irvin,
Yeah,
up Ross Creek. Byron Roberts puts it on, and it's a life-changing experience.
it
All-star
really is.
cast.
Really
It
is.
is.
So
I mean, Tyler
incredible.
plays it almost every year. Can't say anything about if he's going to play it this year, but you'll soon know.
Yeah, and ticket sales. They're doing ticket sales a little differently this year, but when you know that they're on sale, you need to go.
And I will say too, your coloring book that you have here, I'm guessing pretty much everybody in that coloring book is playing there.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I mean, it's
Make
a,
note to self.
It's a who's who
Indeed.
of local musicians.
It is. It is. we were talking about, the beginnings of this, of kicking it on the creek was, to support Tyler, really.
Yeah.
It was,
Look at him now.
look at him now. And, we were talking about, not only is this, uplifting Tyler, but it's uplifting everybody in the area. I mean, these are all local people. We all know each other,
We listen locally.
We listen locally. We sure do.
We appreciate that and
We
support that
That'd be a good
100%.
That would be a good
That'd be a great shirt.
You guys are so great.
Yes.
We appreciate what you do. So
Yes.
We appreciate you.
No.
We just all love each other.
We do.
We do.
It's a room full of love right here.
Absolutely. This does turn into kind of a big love fest often.
It does.
And especially when Luna and Dave are here. When we had them at the Twisted Cork a few weeks ago, one of my friends said to me that he had just a very brief conversation with you. And I cannot for the life of me remember even what the conversation was. But he said, I'm so starstruck by her. Everything that she says feels like it's this big, profound thing. He was like, literally every sentence she says, I was like hanging on every word. Like she was giving me this like wisdom. And I thought you do have this piece about you. You both do. And when you speak, it does feel very authentic. And thank you for that, for both of you, for sharing that. Teresa, you and Dave, if people don't know, they are married. They are both off the market to each other. That's even more amazing. So did you all meet through music, or you both are educators? Did you meet through education? How did that come about?
This is interesting
Yeah.
because both kind of play a role.
All right.
Because we were in high school. Yeah.
I love
We were in
it.
high school, and we kind of chased each other around, but it just didn't really work out till I was in the 12th grade. But music brought us together because he found out some way that I loved Tom Petty, and I do love Tom Petty, and I miss him dearly. But he found out that I liked Tom Petty, and it was like,
It's my work.
is that?
This is my way in.
But in high school he already had a band. I was just dreaming about bands.
Yeah.
He had a band, and he was well
Cold
known. Code Ethel.
Code Ethel.
Code Ethel.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Here we are.
here we are.
And here you are. All right, Teresa. So Tyler Childers just released the Red Barn live vinyl edition.
It was amazing just finding out that there's a kid running around singing one of your songs out at gatherings.
And what that meant to you, that one of your friends like Tyler thought so much of your songs.
Like him and his buddies are together, and this is a song he picks out. That was just a thrill. It was, and it was amazing to go, oh yeah, well, and they're young, and I got to see this, and so I go see him every time we can, and just hearing him make the choice to do that song is it's just amazing. I can't believe I wrote it. I mean, we were talking about it this morning. I said, things that you were meant to do. Me and David were meant to get together. I was meant to have little Randy and have little grandbabies. But I think I was also meant to write that song.
That is a beautiful thing. It is, and it's such a show of respect when anyone, whether they have any type of following or not, chooses to do one of your songs. It is a great honor. Yeah. So can you play that song for us?
Absolutely.
All
love
right.
to. Okay, we're gonna have to stop.
That's okay.
It's all right. It's
All
okay.
right.
That was a great interview.
Oh,
That was good. You all are
Good
so
job.
easy to talk to. I appreciate that.
We're teachers. We talk.
I usually do
on
like
the
teachers.
fly. On the fly,
So, do we want to
anytime.
put that up with
Yes,
her?
that's what we'll do. I was trying to get on my way in case.
Yeah, we needed to pause anyway, so. And after this, I'm going to go right into the closing, so we'll be done. So, okay?
That bass.
Just say that a little more, Whitney.
Do it.
You're
Just a little
It's
bit.
Find a happy
so.
medium.
Yeah, it's hard to hear
Is
her
it
guitar.
high or
I
low?
think it was short to begin with.
I hate
Try
tuning
that.
guitars.
And this beat.
Warren's got a good ear, so.
Try
I
that.
just don't like to tune.
Here, play. No, play a D. See what that does to your D.
Oh, well, I'm in D.
Play a D again. Way right up the
What a
stairs.
great day.
It is such a good day.
Thank you. And David helps me along. He's
Like
helped me
that.
along ever since biology in college.
Well, we all need that.
I like to try to do things by myself because I'm 2 years old. I'm by myself. I want to do this by myself. But his teacher, or it was our teacher. We were talking and we were discussing grades, and mine wasn't that good. And he's like, "Well, you could help her along a little bit." And he did. And I mean, ever since that day, we if we ever had a class together, we just kind of quizzed each other all the time in the car, going to school.
We could write a book on these stories just today, right?
Was it with your eyes? Was it with your tongue? It won't leave me alone. An easy safety zone. That thing you said, it's all by the looks in my head. Escape it in my bed. That thing you said, crippled up inside, had a place to hide. Sit and wait alone, trying to make it leave me alone. That thing you said, it's all about the looks in my head. Escape it in my bed. That thing you said. Crippled up inside, had a place to hide. Sit and wait alone, trying to make it leave me alone. That thing you said, it's all by the looks in my head. Escape it in my bed. That thing you said. That thing you said. It's all by the looks in
This seems like a great place to end this edition of Overtones episode number 20, appropriately titled Singing Between the Lines. And Whitney and I would like to thank all of our guests, Luna and the Mountain Jets, the Mama Said String Band, and Laid Back Country Picker for giving us all a great reason to listen locally today. This is Renee Collins
And Whitney Acke.
working in concert each and every week to bring you the best this great state of Kentucky has to offer music fans, reminding you that where words fail, music always speaks.
Have a great week filled with music, family, friends, and a lot of love.
Listen locally.
Goodbye, everyone.
Don't sing to me, summer breeze. Tell me the secrets in the sun. Sing, summer breeze. I swear I won't tell anyone.